Right. Well, I don't have a slide for this because it's completely graph and reasoning oriented. So I need to draw the graph and explain like how I did yesterday. So if you're having your notebooks with you, you can carry it so that you can understand what I'm actually trying to do. I'll share my whiteboard. I'll ask you a few questions. I request you to participate so that your understanding will be clearly established. Okay, all of you, request you all to participate. Okay, I'll erase the heading to maintain space, to get some space here for doing the work. But I wanted to understand what is the name of this chapter. Okay, it is determination of price and output under perfect competition. Okay, so I think Labdi was asking me a question regarding. I'll explain to your doubts. Labdi, I'll explain to you. What is this break-even point and shutdown point? I'm going to explain all that now. Okay, they're all very important questions. Okay, we'll understand that. What's the meaning of all that? Okay, a few basic questions before I really start this chapter. All of you are aware. We are studying about perfect competition. Okay, we are going to find out. If you remember, the heading of the chapter, the heading of chapter number 10 is equilibrium, produces equilibrium, right? Whereas this chapter, we study about equilibrium, but under a market structure called as perfect competition. Okay, under market structure called as perfect competition. All right, let's start. Okay, now tell me, under perfect competition, firms are price makers or price takers? Can I have your idea on this?
Price takers.
Price takers. Okay, now you all should know, what do you mean by price takers? All of you should be aware of the fact. What is meant by price takers? Now, why do you call firms as price takers? Okay, so I'll explain to you what is a condition here. Okay, all of you. So I'll look at this graph very carefully. Okay, so I'm drawing a graph here to explain to you how a firm's, how the price is determined for a firm under perfect competition. Okay, anybody having doubts, you're free to ask me questions, but let's understand the graph first of all. Okay, all of you, I'll ask you a few questions. Please respond to my questions, everyone. Okay, in a normal demand and supply curve, tell me, what do we plot in demand and in market mechanism? If you all remember the 6th chapter, we studied about equilibrium, price and quantity, etc. Right? Now, can you tell me, what do we plot in when we draw demand and supply curves together? What do we plot in y-axis? Can I have your understanding on that? What do we plot in y-axis? Come on.
Price.
Right. Very good. Okay. What do we plot in x-axis?
Output or quantity.
Very good. Output or quantity. What is the shape of the demand curve? Can I have your what is your demand curve?
Negatively sloping. Negative sloping.
Okay. I'm drawing industry's demand curve and supply. Industry. Okay. So this industry means all the firms put together. Okay. So let me label the name of the curve as DD. Okay, what is the shape of supply curve? Can I have the name of this?
Positively sloping. Positively sloped.
Positively sloped. So this is the shape of the supply curve, which is positively sloped. So let me label the curve as SS. Okay, what is this point called as? What is a point of intersection called as? Can I have a
equilibrium?
Point of equilibrium.
Point of equilibrium. From the point of equilibrium, if you draw a vertical line downwards, what does it give you? Equilibrium?
Quantity.
Quantity. Okay, if you draw a horizontal line leftwards, what does it give you? Equilibrium?
Price.
Price. Are you all clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now please understand, what I have drawn here is not the general demand. It's aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Aggregate demand, you know what is the meaning of aggregate demand? Anybody? The demand made by all the consumers is called as aggregate demand, market demand. Right? You all remember market demand and market supply? So here, you all remember market demand and market supply, my dear students, all of you?
Yes.
What is market demand? What is individual demand? Demand made by?
Individual consumer.
Individual
What
consumer.
do you mean by market demand? Demand made by?
All the households.
All the households. What is market supply? Supply made by?
All the producers.
All the producer firms. So what I've drawn here is a market demand and market supply curve intersection, right? Whereas E is a equilibrium point and P is a price and Q is a quantity. Now, this is how the industrial price is determined. This is a price. This is how industry. Okay, I'm specifically drawing industrial price determined. Okay, now coming back to the concept of why a firm is called as price taker under perfect competition. All of you should understand this fact. Okay, I'm just drawing this curve in the same alignment. All of you should understand this is the graph right from your 11th chapter, the first graph that you observe. So if you observe, I'm not writing, I'm trying to, this is the equilibrium of the firm. So how does a firm determine the price? How is the price determined for a firm? Okay, you all told me that a firm is a price taker and not a price maker. Normally,
The
price is
industry
determined.
determines the price.
Yeah. So what industry? So now look at this very carefully. By interaction of demand with supply, this is the industrial price is determined. Yes or no, everybody? By interaction of demand and supply, price is determined in the industry. Interaction of market demand with market supply. Now, for firm, I want all of you to understand there is no demand and supply curve through which price is determined. Whatever price is, now look at this very carefully, whatever price is determined by the industry, the same price is taken up by the firm. Look at this. This is the price of the industry. So whatever is set in the industry, the same price is taken up by the firm under perfect competition. So in the second graph, you don't see any demand or supply curve of price determination because a firm under perfect competition is called as a price taker. Now when I call price taker, it means the industry determines the price by interaction of demand with supply, and there is no demand and supply curve for the firm's graph. Right now, then how is the price determined? Whatever is the price determined by the firm, by the industry, the same price is taken up. Can you all see that? Are both the graphs connected?
Yes.
Right. So what is the connection showing? It's showing that the firm is a price. And the perfect competition firm is a price
Taker.
taker. From where are they taking the price?
Industry.
Industry. How is the industrial price determined? By interaction of market demand curve with
Market supply cost.
Are you all getting it right, everybody?
Yes.
Anybody having doubts? Can I have your response? I want all of you to please respond. Rishi, is it clear for you? Labdi, Manvi, Kushi. Kushi is here or left? Are you all clear with what I explained, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Anybody having doubts?
No, sir.
All of you are clear? Okay, shall I go to the next part? Okay, now you all should understand the demand curve under perfect competition. Now, shall I erase this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now look at this. All of you are let me try to explain here itself. All of you should understand this fact as well. The shape of a demand curve under perfect competition. Okay, I'm teaching a different question all by itself. So please listen to me carefully. The shape, normally, what is the shape of a demand curve? Can you please respond to the shape of a demand curve? What is the shape of demand curve?
Negatively sloped.
Okay, but under perfect competition, the shape of demand curve is parallel to x-axis. It's perfectly elastic. You all remember perfectly elastic curve? It's parallel to which axis? X-axis. You know, it doesn't. Okay, now look at this. What does it mean? Under perfect competition, will price remain same? You all remember all the firms sell the output at what price? At uniform
Same
price. So 1 unit is sold at what price? 15. 2 units sold at what price?
15.
3 units sold at what price?
15.
So the shape of the demand curve under perfect competition will be parallel to x-axis, right? So they sell units at the same price. So the shape of the demand curve will be like this and not like this under perfect competition. Okay. Now coming back to a very important question, determination of equilibrium. This is what I taught you is equilibrium, industry and price determination. Okay. If you look at your book, it's point number 11.1.1 is the graph that I have just explained. Now I'm coming back to a very important reasoning oriented question as to equilibrium of the firm in the short run, equilibrium of the firm. Okay, this is industry. Now we are going to study about equilibrium of firm in the short run. I'd like to ask you a few basic questions, which I would like to request all of you to reason out and answer for me. Okay, now quickly, how many of you got the point free entry and exit? Is free entry and exit connected with perfect competition?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll ask you some basic questions. for which I want all of you to answer. Okay, these are all important questions. Please answer. Okay, what do you mean by free entry and exit? Can you please tell me? Okay, what do you mean by industry? Can you please tell me? Industry has a set of what? Industry has a set of
Individual.
group of
Producers.
producers or firms. Individual producers are called as what? Firms. Okay, what do you mean by free entry, my dear students? Can I have answer for this? What do you mean by free entry?
Any new firm can enter into the industry.
Any new firm can enter into the industry. Okay, what do you mean by freedom of exit?
Any firm can quit the
Existing
industry.
firms can quit. Can you please tell me when will new firms enter?
When a
When
producer is
super-
earning abnormal profits.
Very good. When will existing firms quit?
When a
Loss.
firm is incurring losses.
Losses. Okay, now
Loss.
question is, I told you a very important point. What is the implication of free entry and exit? Free entry and exit ensures that every firm earns only what?
Normal
Normal
profit.
profit.
Very good. Is this word very clear for you? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now understand this normal profit happens only in the long run, not in the short run. Okay, I'll ask you. Okay, let's be very clear in understanding this. You need to understand what is long run and short run in this dimension. Okay, now tell me, you are a business person. Okay, will it take time for you to start a business, or immediately you can start business?
Take time.
So entry will happen in the long run. Short run, it will not happen. It's or no?
Yes.
Because immediately in the short period, people will not starting. It's not easy to quickly enter into any business. Okay, it will take time for anybody to establish a business. So in the short period, now understand this. In the long period, only if entry happens. In the short period, it won't happen. Entry doesn't happen because it takes time for people to start a business. So entry does not happen in the short run. I want to say entry happens only in the long run. Exit, will it take time to close down your business also? I want answers. Will it take time to wind up your business, or it happens immediately?
It will take time.
It will take time. So exit also doesn't happen in the short period. In the short run, exit also doesn't happen. Only in the long run, exit happens. So if I classify time period into two, short period and long period, now tell me, when will free entry and exit happen? I want to answer my question. When will free entry and exit happen? Everybody, when will free entry and exit happen?
In long
period.
run.
Okay. Will in the short run, will free entry and exit happen?
No.
Why it won't happen? Because it takes time to
Establish a business.
establish. It also takes time to.
Wind up your business.
Very good. So in which period entry and exit happens?
Long
Long
run.
The normal profits happen only in long run, not in the short run. So in the short run, there's every possibility of the firms to earn supernormal profits, normal profits, or suffer losses. But in the long run, they earn only normal profits. But in the short run, they may earn supernormal profits or earn normal profits or suffer losses as well. Because in short run, entry and exit doesn't happen. That's why any of these three are possible in the short run. While in the long run, only this is possible. Normal profits are only possible. How many of you got this explanation right? Can I have your understanding on this?
Got it, sir.
All of you got it? Labdi,
Yes, sir.
Manvi, Jansi. These are all important questions. Okay, quickly. Free entry and exit happens in long period or short period?
Long
Long period.
Why do you think? Why are you saying it's happening? It happens only in long period because it takes.
Time to
Time
establish.
to-
Very good. So if free entry and happens, if free entry and exit happens in the long run, firms earn only what?
Normal
Normal
profit.
profit.
But if free entry and exit doesn't happen in the short period, then there's a possibility of earning supernormal profit, normal profit, or losses. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
when we talk about short run, there is a possibility of all these three: supernormal profits, normal profits, and losses. So I'm going to draw three graphs for you now. Okay, part by part. I would advise you to take a notebook and just follow me as well. Okay, all of you. First, you listen to me, and then you can draw the graph and try to understand the concept. Okay, quickly. Let me give you some basics before I go to that. All of you. Okay. How many of you remember yesterday I taught you MRMC approach, right? This MR curve, right? And the perfect comedy is MR curve.
Yes.
Is this MC curve? Everyone, is this MC curve?
Yes.
Yes. Which is the point of equilibrium? Point L or point R?
R.
R.
MC should cut MR from?
Below.
Very good. MC should cut MR from?
Below.
Below. MC should be equal to MR at which level of output? Lower level of output or higher level of output?
Higher level.
Higher.
Be very clear about it. Okay. So, okay, now I'm trying to emphasize on this because we have to understand this again to draw the graphs today. Okay, so all of you please be clear about it. Okay. Okay, all of you, there are two important conditions I told you. So in the short run, there is a possibility of firms earning supernormal profit, earning normal profit, or suffering losses because free entry and exit doesn't happen in the short run. Right, so I'm drawing the graph one by one. Please understand. Okay, all of you, let me write some standards here for you all to understand. Okay, all of you, two standards. Okay, I want all of you to please explain to me. Okay, I'm writing here 2 points which will make you understand the whole graph. Very easy graph, looks complicated for understanding, but it's very easy, very interesting one. Okay, all of you please watch what I'm doing. All of you. Condition number 1, the equilibrium condition is MR should be equivalent to MC. At which point MR should be equivalent to MC at which level of output?
Higher level.
Very good. Or MC should cut MR from?
Below.
Perfect.
Below.
Okay, that's the answer. Number 2, whenever we are drawing this graph, you have to match these two equations. Very simple. Number 2, compare your AR with AC. Compare AR with what? AC. I want you to please average revenue and average cost. Okay, now tell me if average revenue is greater than average cost, can you tell me what it is? Supernormal profit, normal profit, or losses?
Supernormal profit.
If revenue
Supernormal
is more than
profit.
cost, what is this called as?
Normal
Supernormal.
profit.
Revenue is more than cost. Nishant, revenue more than cost. I told you. Supernormal.
Profit.
If average revenue is equivalent to cost, what is it?
Normal profit.
Normal profit.
If average revenue is less than cost, average cost, what is it?
Loss.
Loss.
Are you all clear with these conditions, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes. sir.
Anybody having doubts in what I just wrote on the screen? Everybody is clear?
Yes, sir.
All of you are clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm going to show you supernormal profit, the graph of supernormal profits. Everybody, Kushi, are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's look at this. I'm drawing the curves. Okay, very carefully watch me how I'm drawing this. Sorry, I have some issue with my mouse. Just one second. I would like to request you to, after I finish explaining, you draw this for yourself. Okay, I'll give 1 minute. Quickly, you have to draw. Okay, let me see, because you have to pick up your right answers based on the drawing aspect. Okay. Okay. Now, when we draw this graph, what we have in the y-axis is price or revenue or cost. It's price or revenue or cost here. Price, revenue, or cost, and what we have in the x-axis is basically output or quantity. Okay. Can I have your understanding on the shape of the curves? What is the shape of average cost? What is the shape of average cost under perfect competition? So just not market structure. Generally, what is the shape of average cost curve? I told you 3 curves are U-shaped. What are they? Average variable cost,
Total variable cost
Marginal
and
cost.
average variable cost,
total
average
variable
cost, and
Total cost.
Marginal cost.
come on, all of you, I want to understand. No, total cost is not U-shaped. Okay, there are 3 average costs that are 3 should be on total cost. 2 average costs are U-shaped. What are they?
Variable.
Average variable cost and average cost and marginal cost. These 3 are,
U-shape.
you all remember like this. This is average variable cost. This is average cost. And this is marginal cost. You all remember this, all of you?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Right. So now let's draw the graph. So now I'm drawing all the, I'm drawing average cost. The shape of average cost curve is what shaped? U-shaped. Shape of average cost is what shape, my dear students?
U-shape.
What is the shape of marginal cost curve?
U-shape.
U-shape. Marginal cost curve cuts the minimum point of average cost curve. You all remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what am I showing? I told you. What am I showing now? Supernormal profits. What am I showing?
Supernormal profit.
So when supernormal profits are to be shown, all of you understand. Where should I draw? Look, I have drawn average cost because as per this formulas, all these cost curves are required. Okay, all of you please watch. We have to draw for the following cost curves: MR, MC, AR, AC. Did I draw MC and AC? As per this formula, did I draw MC and AC? Is it drawn?
Yes.
Yes.
sir.
Yes. So what is yet to be drawn?
AR and MR.
MR. Tell me, what is the shape of AR and MR curve under perfect competition? Come on, what is the shape of AR and MR under perfect competition?
Parallel to x-axis.
All of you, I want all of you to respond. Correct, Annie. All of you, are you with me? Everybody, Nishant, Rishi, what is the shape of AR and MR curve under perfect competition? Parallel to which axis?
X-axis.
You all remember that, everyone? So the shape of
Yes.
AR and MR, price is equivalent to AR is equivalent to MR. Do you remember this, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Right. So supernormal profits means the revenue should be more than cost or less than cost.
Revenue should be more than cost.
Revenue should be
More than cost.
So draw your revenue curve above the cost. Watch me how I'm drawing. Draw your revenue curve above the cost curve. So I'm intentionally drawing it above the cost curve. I want you to please watch me. I'm sorry, I have some issue. Look at this. I'm drawing the revenue curve above the cost curve. Okay. It's above the green line. In most of the areas, it's above the green line. So label it as price AR is equivalent to MR. Okay. Are all the curves drawn? Can I have your answer on this? Are all the curves drawn?
Yes.
Yes.
Did we cover up all the curves? MR, MC, AR, AC, everything is drawn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now watch me very carefully what I'm doing. Okay, all of you, please watch me. Okay. Now look at this. Carefully look at this. Okay. Now tell me, what is condition 1? Which is equilibrium condition? MR should be equivalent to
MC.
MC. Which is MR? Which color? What is the color of MR?
Blue.
Blue. What is the color of MC?
Pink.
Green. So which is the point where MR is cutting, sorry, MC is cutting MR from below? Is this the point?
Yes.
MC. So this is the point of equilibrium. Are you all with me, everybody? This is the point of equilibrium because at this point MC is cutting MR from
Below.
below. So from there, from that point, I draw a vertical line downwards. That's your equilibrium point. Equilibrium output. Did you all get me? How many of you got condition 1 right? Did you understand what I did with formula 1? MR equivalent to MC. I identified the point where MC is cutting MR from below, labeled it as equilibrium, and from there I drew a vertical line downwards. That becomes the equilibrium quantity. Yes or no, everybody? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, number 2. What is number 2? Compare what?
AR and AC.
Very good. Compare AR with AC. Okay, don't compare the whole graph. Now you have to make your comparison only from the point of equilibrium, only on this red line. Okay, now let's compare. Where is AR? Okay, where is AR? Where is blue colored line? From the equilibrium, is AR here, average revenue here? Yes or no?
Yes.
And where is average cost? Green colored line. Is it down here?
Yes.
Average revenue is up here and average cost is?
Here.
Which is more, which is less? Average revenue is
More.
more than average.
Cost.
If average revenue is more than average cost, what is the profit?
Supernormal profit.
Supernormal. But how much supernormal profit? Very simple. From here, all of you watch me. From here, from the equilibrium, draw a vertical line downwards until it touches AC. From there, draw a line leftwards until it touches y-axis. Okay. So this is the amount of supernormal profits earned by the firm. How many of you got this graph?
Got it.
All of you, can I have your response? Anybody having doubts? I'll do it again if you don't mind. If you want me to do it, I'll do it again. Anybody having doubts? Labdi, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anybody? Manvi, Kushi,
Yes, sir.
Ashika, Annie, Jansi, Koyal.
Yes.
Are you all clear? Are you all clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, shall we quickly do it again? I want you to get connected because all the 3 graphs are dependent on this. Okay, quickly, I want you to please answer me. I'll ask you questions now. Please answer. Okay, all of you. Okay, shape of a AC curve. Answer, please. Shape of AC curve.
U shape.
U shape. Shape of MC curve.
U shape.
And MC cuts the minimum point of AC.
AC.
What am I showing? Supernormal.
Super
So where should I draw my revenue curve?
above AC.
Above AC. Okay. What is the shape of revenue curve under perfect composition?
20.
Okay. So this is price, average revenue is equivalent to marginal. Now, after drawing all the curves, apply the formula. What is formula 1? Answer. What is formula 1?
MR is equals to MC.
MR is equivalent to MC. Where is MR is equivalent to MC? Is this point MR equivalent to MC?
Yes.
Right. Okay. From there, what should I do? Draw a vertical line downwards. That gives you what equilibrium?
Quantity.
Number 2. What is the second formula? What should I do? Compare
AR AC.
AR with AC. Where is AR? Up. And where is AC?
Down.
Down. So is AR more than AC?
Yes.
If AR is more than AC, what is the situation?
Supernormal profit.
Supernormal profit. Very good. But how much supernormal profit? To find out that, right? From here, draw a line downwards till cost. And from cost, draw a line leftwards till y-axis. And highlight that area. That is the amount of supernormal profits earned by the firm. Are you all with me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The graph clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now let's go to the next one. Okay, I told you what is the next. Let's draw the graph for normal profits. Okay, all of you. Let me see. Now you should help me out. Let me see who can guide me correctly. Okay, now the concept is clear for all of you. Let me see. I want just responses. Okay, all these responses are questions. Okay, so please ensure. Okay, quickly. What is the shape of AC curve? I'm going to draw a graph for normal profits and not supernormal profits. Okay, so I'm going to draw a graph for normal profits. Okay, what is the shape of AC curve? Answer, please. What is the shape of AC curve?
U shape.
U-shape.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, just. What is the shape of MC curve?
U shape.
U-shape.
MC cuts the minimum point of AC.
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 Okay, what am I showing?
Normal profit.
Normal profit.
So where should I draw my revenue curve?
Above AC.
Yeah. Where should I draw my revenue curve? AR should be.
Equal to it.
So should I draw the revenue curve touching the AC curve?
Yes.
Normal profit means AR is equivalent to AC, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Where should I draw my revenue curve? Average revenue curve. Touching which curve?
AC. AC.
Drawing my curve touching the AC curve. Look at this. Is it right, all of you?
Yes.
Are you all following me? I'm drawing my revenue curve touching what curve?
AC curve.
AC curve. Are you all with me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
So this is price is equivalent to AR is equivalent to MR. Yes or no, everybody? Are you all clear? How many of you got this right till here? Everyone?
Got it, sir.
Yes, I
Now
got it.
let's apply the formula. What is the first formula? First one, MR should be equivalent to
MC.
MC. Is this a point of equilibrium?
Yes.
So from there, a vertical line downwards gives you what? Equilibrium?
Quantity.
Quantity.
Quantity. Okay. Number 2. Compare your average revenue with
Average.
cost. Average revenue and average cost are in the same place, yes or no?
Yes.
So it's a situation of what?
Normal profit.
This is a graph for normal profit. There's nothing to highlight here because cost is equivalent to revenue. So it's a situation of what profits? Normal profits. Are you all with me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
How many of you got this
Yes,
graph
sir.
right?
Got
Nishant,
it, sir.
Rishi,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, got
is
it.
it clear? Labdi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is what you're asking me, Labdi, today morning. I think I will. Okay. Should I raise this graph?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you please tell me, yesterday I taught you a very important concept called as MRMC approach. Okay, Labdi, please follow this. Okay, all of you. Tell me what is the condition, what is rule 1? Can one of you tell me what is rule 1?
MR equal to MC.
Rule, no, not this rule. Yesterday I taught you, know, rule 1.
Average revenue should
Average
be
revenue.
more than and equal to
Huh.
total variable cost.
Average variable cost or total revenue is equal to. Okay, now tell me the answer for this, all of you. Okay, let me understand this. If average revenue is more than average variable cost, you all remember the examples I gave you yesterday, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
If average revenue is more than average variable cost, the loss that the producer incurs when he produces will be less than the loss that he incurs when he shuts down. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
That's why he should produce in the short run. Do you all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Give
sir.
you an example. Now, all of you are clear with the numerical example.
Yes, sir.
If average revenue is equivalent to average variable cost, the loss that the producer incurs when he produces and the loss that he incurs when he shuts down, both will be same. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So he can produce. But if average revenue is less than average variable cost, the loss that he incurs when he produces will be more than the loss than he incurs when he shuts down. So he should shut down. Yes or no?
Yes.
Lovely. Understand this. AR more than ABC, producer can produce. AR is equivalent to ABC, producer can produce. AR less than ABC, producer should not produce. Should not produce because if he produces, the loss will be more. If he shuts down, the loss will be less. That's why. Did I make it clear for all of you? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to see. I'm not reteaching the previous one, but do you all remember what I taught you yesterday, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay, now come back. Let's now. Okay, now when you show losses, it's important for us to also draw average variable cost curve. Okay, so I'm drawing the curves. Please watch me. What is the shape of average variable cost curve?
U shape.
Okay, everybody. What is the shape of average variable cost curve?
U shape.
U
U shape. What is the shape of average cost curve?
U shape.
U shape. Are you all following how I'm drawing? Is the distance between AC and ABC decreasing as you produce more and more?
Yes.
Okay, what is the shape of MC curve?
U shape.
U shape. So you should draw all these three curves when we are showing losses. So I'm now showing you losses. Okay, so we have drawn AC, MC, ABC also because you have to show ABC and the shaft when you're showing losses. Okay, now watch me very carefully. Okay, now to show losses, should I draw my revenue curve below the cost or above the cost?
Below.
Below the cost, but it should be drawn above the average variable cost. So understand this. You should draw it below the cost, but above the average variable. If you're drawing it below the average variable cost, it's shut down. This is called a shutdown point. Below this, no producer will produce. Are you understanding, all of you? See, if your average revenue is equivalent to average variable cost, your producer can produce. If average revenue is more than average variable cost, producer can produce. But average revenue is less than average variable cost, it's better to shut down. So when you're drawing the average revenue curve, make sure it is above your average variable cost curve when we're showing losses. Did you all get me what I'm doing, all of you? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
So you have to place your average revenue curve up below the average cost curve, but above the average variable cost curve. Did you all get me, everybody? Should I explain it again? Kushi, Jansi? Respond, please, and only I will know.
No, sir.
Did you all get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where should I place the curve? Is it right to place it here? You're showing losses. Is it right to place it here?
No,
No.
sir.
No, sir.
Is it right to place it here?
No.
No.
No, sir.
Why? Because it is what? If revenue is less than variable cost, it's better to
Shut down.
either it should be equivalent to variable cost or above.
Variable.
Should I place it here? Is it right to place it here?
Yes.
Okay. So what should I label here? Average revenue is equivalent to marginal revenue is equivalent to price. Yes or no, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Now let's do the okay point of, where is the point of MR? First point. Let's come back to the conditions. First point, MR should be equivalent to
MC.
MC, which is the point. Find out. Tell me the joint which pink colored line touching. Is this the point MR is equivalent to MC, all of you?
Yes.
So from here, this is a point of equilibrium. So from here, you draw a line downwards that gives you equilibrium quantity. Yes or no, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now second point, compare what with what? AR with
AC.
AC. AR is here, right? Whereas AC is where? Up. Is AC more than A? Is AR less than AC, everyone?
Yes.
AR is down, AC is up. So AR is less than AC. If AR is less than AC, what is it?
Loss.
How much? How much loss? Draw one line upwards until it touches cost, and draw one line leftwards until it touches x-axis. Highlight this area. This is the amount of losses suffered by the firm. Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
How many of you got this graph perfectly? Can I hear all of you? All of you, can I hear a response?
Got it, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask you a few questions. Okay, please ask me. What is condition 1? For finding out the point of equilibrium, what is the condition? MR should be,
Equal to MC.
MC should cut MR from
Minimum point.
below. Yeah. If AR is more than AC, what is the situation?
Supernormal profit.
AR is less than AC, what is the situation?
Loss.
Yes.
AR is less than AC, loss. If AR is equivalent to AC,
Normal profit.
Normal
What is the shape of AR and MR curve under perfect competition?
Parallel to x-axis.
What is the shape of ABC curve?
U
U-shape.
shape.
What is the shape of AC curve?
U-shape.
U-shape.
MC cuts the minimum point of
AC.
AC and ABC. When MC is less than AC, let me see whether you remember or not. When MC curve is less than AC, what happens to AC? Very good. When MC is more than AC, AC increases. When MC is equivalent to AC, AC remains the
Constant.
okay. So these are some. This is I taught you in the previous the last two chapters back. I taught you this. But I hope all of you got it right. We will one more just last point. We will conclude with that. With this chapter, we can conclude with that. Okay. Are you all with me, everybody? Did you all understand the three curves perfectly? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Free
sir.
entry exit happens only in
Long run.
long run. If free entry and exit happens in the long run, firms earn only what profits in the long run?
Normal profits.
Normal profit.
In the short run, will free entry and exit happen?
No,
Why
No.
it doesn't happen?
because it takes time to establish the business.
If free entry and exit doesn't happen in the short run, there's a possibility of earning what kind of profits?
All three
Supernormal.
profits.
All three. Right? What are they? Supernormal profits, normal
Normal
profits,
profit.
Normal profit.
negative.
Losses.
That's why we had to
Yes.
do how many curves?
3.
3. Because there's a possibility of all the 3 happening in the short run. Did you all get me right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
sure.
Okay, now, one last concept as per your syllabus. Let's quickly wind up, then we'll be winding up this chapter. Okay, can one of you tell me, there's a very important question by the name. I'm coming back to a concept called as determination of supply. Okay, how many of you remember the shape of supply curve? Let me draw a general supply curve first of all. What is the shape of supply curve? Can I have your answers, please?
Positive.
Positively sloped. Okay, let me draw the curve. Let me ask you. Okay, positively sloped. Okay, is this the shape of supply curve?
Yes.
What does supply curve indicate? If I take different points on the supply curve, what will it indicate? I take point A, point B, point C, point D. What does it indicate? Can I have answer? What does it indicate? Every point indicates 2 things. Can you tell me what are they?
Price and quantity.
Price and
Good. Price
quantity.
and quantity. Price and quantity.
Quantity.
Price and quantity. Yes or no, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Price
sir.
and quantity. So like this is a supply curve. We all know that, right? So, but we are going to draw a supply curve in a different dimension, also understanding break-even and shutdown point. Okay, so we are going to use MC, MR, AC, AR curves and then draw the supply curve. Okay, so very important dimensions to understand here. So all of you, please watch me carefully. Okay, so let me make this graph a little bigger for me to explain to you. The conditions here remain the same, but I am going to draw several revenue curves or price curves. Okay, price is equivalent to AR is equivalent to MR. As price increases, what will happen to supply?
Increase.
As price increases, what will happen to supply?
Increase.
Increase. Teach you that supply curve in a different dimension as per the chapter 11 requirements. So all of you, please watch me. I'm just drawing little extended curve for me to get the curves right. Okay, in y-axis, we plot price, cost, and revenue. Okay. In x-axis, what do we plot? Can I have an understanding on this? What do you plot?
Output.
Quantity.
Okay. So let's draw the curve so that I will explain to you how this has to be understood. Okay. All of you watch me very carefully. Understand the sequence of my drawing and understand the logic of my explanation as well. Okay, all of you. Come on, let's do it. Let's draw all the cost curves. Okay, what is the shape of average variable cost curve? Answer, please. What is the shape of average variable cost curve?
U shape.
Okay, what is the shape of average cost curve?
U shape.
U shape.
Let me check if I can. Is it right? The way I'm drawing the curve, is it right?
Yes.
Okay, what is the shape of MC curve?
U shape.
U shape.
Is it right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let me label all the curves. Which is ABC curve in this? This is MC, right?
Yes.
Okay, which is ABC curve in this?
Pink line.
Pink line is ABC. Okay, which is AC curve in this?
Blue line.
Okay, now watch me very carefully, all of you. Okay, all of you, please watch me. Okay, I'm drawing the price line now. Okay, the first price line is drawn touching the ABC curve. Okay, okay, now look at this. The first price line is drawn touching which curve? ABC curve. Okay, if I now look at this, I'm not drawing it below because below this point, now understand this. Okay, below it's this. Okay, below this, it's AR is less than ABC. There's no point in the producer producing. Yes or no? If AR is less than ABC in the short run, all of you, are you all following me?
Yes, sir.
If average revenue is less than average variable cost, it's better to shut down. So you draw your first price line or average revenue curve touching the average variable cost. Take note of this. All of you understand. This point is also called as shutdown point. Okay, why is it called as shutdown point? I'll tell you what is shutdown point. First of all, let's understand. Okay, I'm going to draw several price lines, so that's why I'm labeling it as P0 is equivalent to AR0 is equal to MR0. Okay, the reason as to why I'm drawing P0 is we are going to draw several price lines. So to differentiate that, I'm just trying to draw it. Okay, now let's apply the conditions here. Okay, let's go to the conditions. What is condition 1? MR should be equivalent to MC.
M.
So is this a point where MR is equivalent to MC? All of you, please, is this a point?
Yes.
Yes.
So from there, I write it as E0. And from there, I draw a vertical line downwards, which gives a quantity called as Q0. Are you all with me, everybody? Did you understand what I did, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This point E0, take note of this, everybody. This point A0 is a point where average revenue is equivalent to average variable cost. It's called as what? Average revenue is equal to what? Average?
Variable
The
cost.
point where average revenue is equivalent to average variable cost is also called as shutdown point. What is this point called as? Shutdown point. Because below this point, the producers will not produce. Take note of this. This is an important question. They may ask you what is shutdown point. AR is equivalent to ABC, AR more than ABC, AR less than ABC. Which one will you select? What is shutdown point? AR is equivalent to?
ABC.
ABC.
Not less than ABC. Okay, so producer will not produce. Did you all get me right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
If supply has to increase, should price increase? If supply has to increase, should price increase?
Yes.
Now let me draw another price line. Okay, now I'm drawing another price line. This time I'm ensuring that it is touching the average cost curve. Okay, it's touching the average cost curve. Okay. Now let me label it again. I'm drawing several price lines to show supply curve. So I'm drawing it as P1 is equivalent to AR1 is equivalent to MR1. Okay, because this is 0, so I'm taking it on. Okay, so after drawing the second price line, let's apply the same formula again. Okay, where is the point where MR is equivalent to MC? Is this the point where MR is equivalent to MC, everyone?
Yes.
So I label it as E1. Okay, so from E1, you draw a vertical line downwards, you get which quantity as Q1.
Q.
Okay. Now, second, now compare AR with AC. Now look at this. You find AR to be here, AR1 to be here, AC also to be here. So what is the situation here? Situation of AR is equivalent to AC is called as what?
Normal profit.
Normal profit.
Profits, right? So here it is AR1 is equivalent to AC. So situation of normal profit. So take note of this. AR is equivalent to AC is called as normal profit, also called as break-even point. Please understand. Please take down this. So break-even point is a point where AR is equivalent to ABC. Again, question. Break-even point is where AR is equivalent to AC. Did you all get me? Labdi, are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Are you all with me, or am I making it too complicated? Are you all with me? Understanding me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Anybody having doubts? Anybody having doubts, please respond.
No, sir.
I'm
No, sir.
third price line now. Third price line. Okay, all of you watch me carefully. Third price line. This is P2. AR2 is equivalent to MR2. Okay. Okay, let's understand the conditions now. Okay, first point, MR is equivalent to MC. Is this the point where MR is equivalent to MC?
Yes.
So this is E2. Okay, from there, you draw a vertical line downwards that gives you what? Q2. Okay, now, second, compare your revenue with cost. Now you look at this, you find your revenue to be up, but cost, blue color line to be down. So revenue is more than cost, yes or no? Orange line is up, blue line is down. AR2, right? AR2 is up, whereas AAC is down. So it's a situation of what? Supernormal profits or normal profits?
Supernormal.
Supernormal profits, because your average revenue is more than the third line. I'm talking about the third orange color line. Is the third average revenue more than your cost curve or less than your cost curve? Answer, please.
More than.
More than means supernormal profits or losses?
Supernormal.
Supernormal.
Supernormal profits. Okay, take another price line, fourth price line. Okay, I'm labeling it as AR3 is equivalent to MR3 is equivalent to price 3. Okay, now look at only the fourth line. Don't forget about the first 3 lines. Now let's apply the formula again. MR is equivalent to MC, right? Is this the point?
Yes.
Yes.
This is E3, right? So from there, you draw a vertical line downwards here. You get Q3. Yes or no, my dear students?
Yes, sir.
Now compare your third P3, third or fourth orange line with cost. Is it above or below? Below the
Above.
cost. Revenue is more than the third
Cost.
price line. This is the third price line. Okay, this line, is it above the cost or below the cost? Third price, fourth price line. I'm sorry. Fourth price line, is it above the cost or below the cost?
Above.
Above.
What is
Above.
the situation?
Supernormal profit.
Supernormal profits. Now look at this. Now I'm showing you supply curves. All of you watch me very carefully. Okay, all of you watch this very carefully. Where do you find all the equilibrium points?
Yes.
Do you find equilibrium points?
MC curve.
MC curve. Very good. Now look at this. At price P0, what is the quantity?
Q0.
At price P1, what is the quantity?
Q1.
Q1.
At price P2, what is the quantity?
Q2.
Q2.
Price
Q2.
P3, what is the quantity?
Q3.
Q3.
This is matching like supply. As price increasing, is quantity increasing?
Yes.
Yes.
Now look at your all the equilibrium points are on MC curve. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no, everyone? Are all the
Mm.
equilibrium points are on which curve?
MC curve.
MC
I
curve.
wanted to know, I'm highlighting this, watch me very carefully. Your MC curve above the variable cost, join all these equilibrium points, okay? Your MC curve above the, now look at this, your MC curve above the average variable cost curve. This is pink line, okay? This is average. Your MC curve above the average variable cost curve is a supply curve actually. Did you all get me? What is the color of MC curve?
Green.
Green.
Is MC curve below the average variable cost and above the average variable cost also?
Yes.
Is your MC curve below the average variable cost and also above the average variable cost?
Yes.
Yes. Your
Yes.
MC curve above your average variable cost is the supply curve. Did you all get me? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I hope I did not, it's a conceptual chapter. I hope I did not confuse any of you with respect to this. Are you all clear? Anyone having doubts in what I just explained?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Clear, all of you? All right. Shall I clear the screen?
Yes, sir.
Just 1 second. I will join again. Otherwise, this recording will be too big. So I will keep this chapter recording specific. I can share it with you after the class if you want, in case you want to refer it back. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, I will close and start again. Remind there, the same link will be continued. Just give me 5 minutes, join again so that I can save this recording separately. Okay, 5 minutes, join again, just 5 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.